Hello everyone, how's it going today? Happy Wednesday! So, since it is just this past weekend, the Lunar New Year, and I got the Lunar New Year sets in, or at least some of them, I figured we'd do some Lunar New Year sets. Well, we'll do part of one, because this one's might be a little bit on the big side. It is 1,600 pieces, so I don't think I'm going to get this one done today. No, unfortunately, no dinos. I'm putting that off. It is a big bunny. It's a pretty cute bunny, though. Look at that! Look at that adorable bunny. Howdy, Farron. How's it going? And everyone else. And Bahamut, I hope that you feel better from that migraine. I am sorry to hear that. Why can't we have a bunny dino? Because there were no bunny dinos. All right. Well, let's go ahead and open this up. I just was using that as a thing to lift it up a little bit. There we go. There we go. I never stopped Hollywood. There we go. All right. Is that, yeah, that is everything. Slid out smoothly. just, you know, didn't pour out, just slid out smoothly, which I'm pretty happy about. All right, well, there's bag number 1, so that's good. We want 1, 2, and 3 for the first thing. There's 4. There's 6. There's 5. There's 6. Let's see, 3, 2, alright, there's those. There's 7. 8. 9. And 10. Quite colorful, quite colorful. The instructions, actually, I'm gonna need something from inside these. Yep. Alright, the 3 instruction booklets. And there we go. Alright, that is it. Don't need that sleeve. So this is thin plastic flag pieces. It's very shiny and gold on the back. It's kind of neat. Hiding things in the instructions, that's how they get me to read them. Well, lots of stickers that I'm not going to use, including lots of Lego logos. The 3 instruction booklets for the 3 floats. Those can go over there. Alright, bag number 2, that can go... Bag 3 and 2 can go up there. There we go. And let's go ahead and get started with bag number 1. You're semi-scared to reorganize your Magic the Gathering cards because you're now working on the 9th card binder. Yeah, if you organize those by like in like alphabetical order, and you get a new card that starts with A, it's like, yay! Now I have to literally take every single card out and put them back in or something, right? I remember doing that. You don't sense an addiction, not at all. Look, it's not an addiction, it's a hobby. That's what makes it okay. Okay. Organized by number or rarity. Organized by color, then mana cost, and then by if they're a creature or non-creature. Oh. I did it alphabetically. And, I mean, I did color first. And then within color, I did. Alright, in your recipe binders, you leave empty spaces to put more stuff in? Yeah, but that only works if you know what might be coming. So they have some nice drawings on the inside of the celebrations. Very cute. And a new thing that they've been doing is this kind of build together where you get different instruction booklets. So you can like build with family members and spread out the work with different people building different parts. It's kind of neat. So 1, 2, 3 does the first float, 4, 5, 6 does the second float, and 7, 8, 9, and 10 does the last float. So it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our minifigs first. We got, looks like the same torsos. There's a little bunny symbol in the corner. Alright, hold on, let's focus. Look at that bunny symbol there in the corner. That's cute. Very cute torsos. Alright, let's see. Same legs on each, I'm pretty sure. Alright, and then you get the single-sided head. There we go. Get you that hair. And you get a flagpole. There we go. Alright, and we grab flag number 3. Pop it out. There we go. Get it around on the top, and I need a gold 1x1 with hollow stud. There we go. Keep that locked in. Could almost double as an Easter parade. Well, it is the year of the rabbit. Howdy, Love Bunny. How's it going? There we go. Give him his flag there. And we've got these very big heads, very big head pieces. I don't know what they've, like, what the piece has been used for before, but they're definitely large heads. There we go. And on the underside, like that. Actually, it has a Technic axle hole in there. Huh. Very interesting. And so you can put it on there as a, like a big mask. It could be Mr. Big Head. Alright, go ahead and give him that one, and the 3x3 radar dish. Clear. It goes snowily. Give me snow. I want snow. No one ever gives me snow. I feel like you guys don't appreciate me enough. Oh yeah, and a brick separator. Alright, where is her hair? O'Hare, there it is. I don't know if I have this hair in black, so that's nice to get. She can have a head, she can have the radar dish, and let's make the other flag. There are slightly different Chinese characters on each of the flags. Don't ask me what they say. We have almost 40 degrees weather right now for most of the week. It is 46 here and raining. See, if it were colder, it wouldn't be rain, it'd be snow. But no. You're keeping your snow even if it's melting right now? That's not fair. I want it. There we go. Alright, now to start on the actual float part. We got a Technic brick, and that is, what, 16? Yeah, 1 by 16, very nice. It's always nice to get big Technic bricks. Very useful for making strong constructions. Alright, Technic frame, and a Technic frame. 3 white half pins. There we go. Apparently nature has decreed that I shall not get snow. Now, I'm not expecting any snow this winter, really. It would actually kind of surprise me if we got much snow at all. Maybe some of these revelers will stop by Tim's Diner after the parade. That certainly is a possibility. Alright, so we got this Technic frame piece. I am not exactly sure what other uses it has, but for now, go ahead and slide the Technic pin and a 2L axle, a double axle, through there. Connect it in here. Get it in. Alright, you know what? It's probably easier to get this in there first, and then get this in. There we go. And then a 24-tooth gear. Nice to see a standard 24-tooth gear in the set. Hope that no eye monsters interrupt the parade procession. Ah, no, I'm sure that wouldn't happen. Alright, get the 8L axle with stop through there. Get the gold 1x1 beam all the way down, and a standard 8-tooth gear. There we go. Next up, we get a crown gear, or a small crown gear. Let's not actually push the axle through, please. Get it down there. Thank you. There we go. And a dark green pin connector. That's cool. It's a little wobbly right now. Amazon looks like it gutted its Comixology staff. Yeah, there's a lot of dumb layoffs going on right now. Alright, so we got a white 3x3 Technic pulley. and a rubber wheel that fits on it. Get that right in there. And this, being on the inside, basically what this is specifically to drive this gear. Like, this is going to be hidden on the underside, and it is specific to just drive these gears. Alright, and another axle through here. Or another beam, Technic brick, whatever. There we go. There we go. It's a little weird that they didn't put anything in there to buffer this, but I guess I figure it doesn't need to be. All right. Next up, 2x2 plates with Technic axle holes. Where is the other one? There it is. Okay. Angle plate, lime green 2x2 cylinder plate, and 2x2 with a ball joint tail connector. Trailer connector. Hitch, whatever. And we get that right there. Make a second one. Thought part of the bottom of your computer screen glitch. Turns out it was a mouse pointer. I get that occasionally where I'm like, what is going on with the game? You know, like there's a mouse pointer on the. Oh, that's just the Let's Player left it up on the video that I'm watching. And I got that turned the wrong way. You saw a guy on YouTube make a gear system that would make the rest of the universe of wanting to get the final gear to move or something. Out of Lego? Or something else? Alright, yellow pins. These are standard pins, not friction pins. I do not have any, I don't think I've ever had any yellow pins before, so that's actually kind of neat. Mainly good for just connecting up visible Technic pieces and keeping the colors to match. It was Technic or something similar. Yeah, so you can see that it helps if I get the wheel on the other side, I suppose. There we go. It actually feels like, hold on. Oh yeah, that center wheel is not the same size. They don't usually do that. Wow. I'm surprised they didn't use different wheels. Okay. There is one that has a bunny hat. They do have bunny symbols on their torsos, though. Got some bright yellow brackets. Get these on. I'm not sure if another plate would have worked for these, but I'm sure there are some other wheels that would have worked. I don't know why they used these wheels if something else could have worked. That is definitely something that I would go back to the drawing board on. See if I can figure out a better connection point. Alright, let's get 4 of these brackets on. I'm sure they had their reasons. I mean, I think the reason ultimately is it doesn't really matter that much. I think that's ultimately what it's going to be. Alright. Orange bracket there. Oh, let's actually get it on the proper side, on the front. Gray there. There we go. On the front, another teal bracket and 2 orange brackets. Ah, yes, that's a reason. It doesn't matter. Howdy, Kinshir. How's it going? Alright, we get 2 bright orange 1x2s. You can see the difference in the shades between bright yellow, bright orange, and regular orange. And, of course, I can put regular yellow up here as well to show the difference there. Alright, next up, get the red 1x2 to 2x4 brackets there. Dark red 2x4 plates. In your arena decks, you've been trying to make sure that all the cards have a reason to be in the deck. See, I always did that too, but unfortunately, it's a really cool card is not actually the best reason to have a card in your deck. Alright, dark blue 1x8 brick. 2 red 3x3s. 2 red 2x2s. And another teal bracket. Now, it's a really cool card isn't a good reason for it to be in a deck. Yeah, but it's a really cool card. You know? Like, I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's a really cool card. Alright, another pin with double axle. 2 yellow half bushings and a 1x7 beam. And we connect that in right there. One of the fun things about LEGO, and it's one of the things that I miss about the LEGO Technic sets, is that, like, all the LEGO Technic sets are... like, they build a vehicle. It used to be that you'd get, like, a Technic, like a generic Technic set that could do, like, half a dozen things because it just had a bunch of pieces in it kind of thing. And there'd be, like, a crane or a car with steering or, you know, some sort of other just random mechanical device and stuff like that. And you really got to learn how gearing worked. Like, you can see... here, you know, you turn this wheel quite a bit, and this doesn't move that much, but you do the other way, and you just do this, and look at that wheel spin. And that's just a gearing thing, you know, because you're going from the large gear to the small gear, or from the small gear to the large gear. And you really learn that with the old Technic stuff. I don't feel like you do with the current Technic stuff. Like, if they put out another set that was just a crane, I might be interested in that, but I don't know. That's the most fun thing about Lego, building intricate Lego machines with the Lego I have on hand. Certainly for some people, yeah. The Technic fans. I don't know how the Technic fans of back in the day like current Technic stuff. 2x8 tile. Got a light blue or an azure 2x2. Not sure which one that is. 2 bright orange 2x4s. There we go. Alright. Next up, a 2x4 with a brick height and a Technic pin on top, and I actually need 2 of those, huh? Alright, bright orange 1x8 first. Then a black 1x4. And then we put these 2 on. There's some decks you love going up against in Arena, and then there are the decks that you just go from ugh to ugh. So you'd probably love going up against the decks that I built back in the day, because you'd be like, oh yeah, this guy's terrible, and I'm going to kick his butt. I really was terrible. Alright, next up. 2x6 tile here, and 2 tile slopes right there. Alright. Then the second pair of 3x3 plates, 1x3 panels in red right there. Right there. Right there. And the corner. Nope, get on there. 1x3 panel there. And a corner there. You love decks that you can see what they were trying to do, or decks that make you work for the win without making it so difficult you just concede out of frustration. I mean, my best decks were just the ones that I got my millstone out and started millstoning, so. That was my best thing. Alright, pair of gold 1x1 tiles with top clips here and here. Another pair of brackets. There we go. 1x1 tile. And 1x1 tile there. Alright, on the front side, we get a 1x8 there, 1x8 there, and a 1x8 there. Two by three, 2x3. Because you don't like mill decks. Millstone. Millstone. I still remember millstoning away my friend's Shivan Dragon, which he was really counting on. Oh boy, that was a wonderful, wonderful time. Ah, so good. It was really the only deck that I ever had success with. Nice curved front there. That's about it. Alright, then we get our rail pieces here for some like skirting. Night Court is coming back this year? And like half the actors on that dead or retired? I assume it's a reboot. Alright, bright orange 1x2 there. And there. 2x4. 3x3 curved end piece there and there. And 2x4. And then we do the front. There we go. You for one welcome John Larroquette back to work. A sequel. Ah, okay. Yeah, but I mean, other than John Larroquette, who is there to act in that? Flip it to the other side. I already did that. Two by four, 2x4, and then the 3x3 with curved corners. There we go. And that is going to be bag number 2. All right, so spare parts. Yellow Technic pin, white half pin, black friction pin, tan 1x1 tile, yellow half bushing, gold 1x1 beam, and gold 1x1 cylinder tile with hollow stud. There we go. Bag number 2. There we go. Oh yeah, getting gold hot dogs. I see those in this bag. Gold hot dogs. You know what I like, Lego. Oh yeah, this face fits gold hot dogs. Yeah, Richard Mole. I thought he had passed though. Who am I thinking of then? Want to rephrase that thing I said about Night Court being popular? I mean, Night Court wasn't just because they're getting it's getting a sequel. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's popular enough to get a Lego set. Harry Anderson? Yeah, but I thought it was someone. I was thinking of someone else, too. Because he passed. Harry Anderson passed, right? Alright, let's see. That's going to be this face. That's a single face. Yeah, in 2018? Alright. That's a shame, because, like, I feel like Night Court just isn't Night Court without Harry Anderson. Alright, so, here we have another lady. Very interesting torso on her. Nice open jacket. Here's the back. She has a cell phone, which I think I've gotten in a previous set. And we have, is it the exact same torso? Looks like it's the exact same torso. Alright, dark lavender legs. Make her a little surprised. We got the hat with pigtails. Unfortunately, I think this is the same color as the little girl who came with the pony, which is a shame. It would be nice to get a different color. And she has a tablet that would get a sticker, but I'm not putting the sticker on. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, well. I mean, good to be wrong about someone who I thought might have been dead, and turns out they wasn't. They weren't, so yeah. Not a big deal. Alright, let's see. Next up, red brackets here and here. With Hollywood making sequels and all that, there's quite a few books that they could make movies out of. Yeah? But as we saw with the Never-Ending Story, sometimes that can be a little bit fraught. So for those that missed it, one of the sets that made it into the review period at LEGO Ideas, which means that it got 10,000 votes. Now, the review period doesn't guarantee that an idea is going to become a set. The LEGO designers look over it, decide whether it's feasible to make a set out of it. Then they, try to determine whether they can get the rights to it. And apparently, whoever the right holders of Never-Ending Story are right now, and I don't know if that's a movie or, it's probably for the original movie as opposed to the book itself, if there are separate merchandising rights. They basically did a DMCA takedown notice, copyright takedown notice for the LEGO Ideas thing, so they had to remove it. And it's like, way to go, guys. That has just guaranteed that LEGO's not going to want to work with you on a potential licensing thing. I mean, I saw some people on Reddit saying, well, yeah, of course they're going to do that. LEGO's getting free advertising off their property. LEGO's not getting free advertising off their property from that. It's the LEGO Ideas website. There's no free advertising there. It's a fan model that LEGO is investigating to see if they want to, if they can and want to turn it into a LEGO set. There's literally no harm done to the rights holders. It sounds like they're just being overzealous or something like that. But that probably dooms any future chance for a Never-Ending Story LEGO set. Yeah, I mean, LEGO's basically gonna be like, nope. Oh well. It's so weird. To compare the first book to the two movies based on it, they really, after that book... Oh yeah, no, I know that the author wasn't a big fan of the movies. I've never read the book myself, but the first book is pretty good. I mean, the first movie is pretty good. Even if it's not faithful. On its own, it's a pretty good movie. And that is definitely what the LEGO model was based on. It was Falcor, Bastion. Love the first movie. Was one of your favorites growing up? Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. The second one was weird, but its biggest problem was changing the cast. Changing Bastion and stuff. I felt. Can't remember if I've seen the third one. Yep, that's about it for that step. Alright, next up is these red curved slopes here. There we go. With angled ends. And 1x3, or 3x3 tile, macaroni tiles. Which is pretty cool. Don't have too many of these tiles, so it's nice to get them. Probably would have hated it and went weird with the plot. Let's see. Get these decorative elements there. And there we go. Yeah. Gold hot dogs. There was an interview with one of the designers, and they were like basically saying how much they absolutely love the hot dog piece. I mean, number one, it's useful in so many different things, but they kind of like try to work it into a variety of different models now. Like on purpose. Second movie is retroactively sad to you, given what happened to the kid that played Bastion. Oh yeah, yeah, he committed suicide. It was Lucas Wallencheck on Sequest. All right, flip it over, and yes, I did just pull that out of my head, my brain. After how many years since I watched Sequest? Man, that's a show that got messed up on season-to-season changes. Ugh. In the second movie, he was Bastion, the kid who read who was reading the book. Another good series to the last season. See, that went 3 seasons, and I felt that it jumped the shark with the second season. And the end of the first season got a little bit, did it? I don't know, I'd have to go back and think about it. I'm not sure if that was it, but that may have been. He was extremely popular. And yeah, I think that he wasn't... Not sure how you get a submarine to jump anything. With great speed. Yeah, Jonathan Brandis. That's the name of the actor. There we go. You're busy dungeon queuing in WoW, and you still alt-tab to answer questions. I mean, you gotta focus on the important things, right? Right, Lord Canis? But yeah, like, Sequest started out as, like, a kind of Star Trek-y adventure show, but grounded in science, which is why they had Bob Ballard from the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute, like, talk about ocean stuff at the end of each episode. And second season, they were like, let's not do that anymore. Let's get that on. There was an actor on a different TV series that had that happen. Yeah, I mean, young actors especially, like, in some ways, kids are just not really mentally prepared to handle that kind of stuff. It can really mess up some kids. Especially if they don't have a good support structure around. There we go. All right, next up. Get our hot dogs on again. There we go. One hot dog. Second hot dog. And then we get the decorative elements on here as well. There we go. That and kids are very vulnerable to abuse in those circumstances from strangers and parents. Yeah, yeah. Definitely. Alright. Flip it around to the front, and 2x3 dark red with round ends, which I don't think I have any of these in dark red, so that's cool. There we go. Two by two half tiles. Not sure why they're doing the round end ones there rather than just 2x3s, but I'm happy to get new parts. There we go. And there we go. I think the actor who played Atreyu had something in the original Neverending Story. I think there was something like that up with him, too. I'm not sure. Will be golden hot dogs and pancakes at the diner on Friday? Well, I don't think I'm going to be finishing this set today, but I may have extra hot dogs. I'm not sure. We'll see. There we go. Clip and clip. Yep, vertical. All right. Next up, red 1x1 tile slopes. Get on there. Thank you. Bright orange. There we go. And then we get curved slopes with angles there. No dinosaurs next week either? No, probably not. Because there's a second, like this has 1,600 pieces. I don't think I'm getting this one done tonight. And anything going on in between that? No. I have a second Lunar New Year set. So, dinosaurs after these are done. Now you have the Pain Elemental shenanigans. You playing Doom with Mons. Alright, turn it around to the back. We got our 2x2s with curved ends. There we go. Thanks, Amazon, for making that decision for you. Just going to buy the sets locally. Wow. Alright, so that's that. Now, teal 1x4, 2 1x2s with ball joint balls, a 1x4 tile that goes on underneath there. All right. Teal 1x6, and dark red 1x6 tile. There we go. Okay, 2 1x3 inverted tiles and a 1x2 plate. You trying hard to stop yourself from back-ordering the Perfect Grade Unleashed RX-78 too? I mean, is there a reason why you're trying to stop yourself? If you want it and you can afford it, why not? Personally, I'm not a big fan of perfect grades, but, you know, if you enjoy building a perfect grade, go for it. Alright, 2 1x4s with side studs. 2 1x1s with side studs. Costs $230 you need to not be spendthrift. That's true, that's expensive. I say, having bought lots of Lego, you know. Alright, 1x4 Technic brick. Oh, whoop. Gray 1x2 with Technic pin. Get that in there. 2x2 and 1x2 plates, 2 headlight bricks. And a 1x2 grill tile. Get that on there. Well, if it's expensive, don't buy it then. There you go. Get a master grade instead. It'll be a lot cheaper. Or a high grade and have fun with that. It'd be even cheaper. 1x2 bricks. All right. Pair of inverted arches. Alright, round top. 1x1 right there. And right there. And 2 down here. Not right there, not like that. Maybe Valentine's dinos? It depends. I may be having to take off a Wednesday coming up. I'm not sure yet. I really have very little ability to plan that far ahead. So, it'll happen if it happens. Do they try to maintain the scale in the same model grade? Yes, at least for the same series, like TV series. Like Master Grade Ingrams from Patlabor are 1/35th scale, whereas Master Grade Gundams are all 1/100th scale. High grades are all 1/144th. Perfect grades are 1/60th. Not that they've done, like, I think the only perfect grades that they've done that are not Gundams are Evangelions. And some bright orange, bright yellow tiles here. They have not done many master grades for non-Gundam series recently, unfortunately. They did some master grade in all but name. But that's about it. Yeah, Patlabors are much smaller scale. So, like, physically the models are about the same height, but the Dunbine and all the labors are 1/35th scale because they're a lot smaller. There were some, like the Walker Gallia, I think Leisner. No, have to go back and check the Lasner to see what scale that was. Walker Gallia and L-Game Mark II from the Real Robot Revolution, which are functionally Master Grade. Like, they're not actually called Master Grade, but they are. Sorry, I'm just noticing there's some gunk on the windows in the diner. I'm gonna have to clean that. That might be my humidifier. I got a humidifier going because it was getting really, really dry, but I think it's putting out some gunk as well. Oh no, you saw my forehead. Alright, let's see. Another grill tile there. Alright. Bright orange 2x4 and 2 round top bricks. But yeah, the diner's right up there, so just off the screen. Alright, gold 1x1 plates with round ends and bars here. Curved top or curved slope sticker would go on there, but I'm not putting that on. Another pair of round top bricks here, and a gold ingot right there. Alright, flip it over, and we get these inverted curved slopes. Room for everyone in Tim's Diner. Okay. Alright, clip, bar, actually the bright orange cloud pieces, get these on right there. There we go. There we go. There we go. Got some little railings there. And the Technic holes there connect right into these Technic pins, just like that. So we got this little curved cloud element there. Is there room for dragons in Tim's Diner? Yes. Yes, there is, clearly. And then, rather than the kind of pearl gold, this is like brushed aluminum gold here. So we get that there, 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 and there. Alright, spare parts. Gold 3L bar, gold hot dog, bright yellow 1x1 cylinder tile, bright orange 1x1 plate, red 1x1 slope tile, or tile slope, and bright orange and teal 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles. There we go. Alright, and you know what? I think we'll hold off on bag number 3 for a moment, and instead we're going to minifig. Let's go ahead and pull out the sheet. Let's do some Series 23. Alright. So, let's see. We got 2 left in this box. So, there we go. Let's pull that out. Start a prediction. Can Ald guess what is inside the minifig pack? So, we have gotten the robot. We have gotten the soccer ref. We have gotten the rocking horse girl. We have gotten the sculptor. The clay lady. So get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Has already hit the break button for minifigs. Oh no. Don't break too hard. Gold hot dog, quickly add it to Tim's menu. That's for their exclusive Uptown clientele. Alright, about a minute to go. Get your predictions in. Obviously, the ones that I am hoping for the most are Brown Classic Space Guy with Space Baby, Carrot Guy, Conservationist with Koala. You should be careful. Falconer, Rococo Lady, and the Newsboy. Those are the ones that I want the most, which, to be fair, is basically like everything left, practically. You wouldn't order a gold hot dog? It's all platinum hot dogs or none? Prefers Nathan's hot dogs. Well, I'm going to have to tell Nathan that you keep stealing his hot dogs then, Dracophile. The Newsboy would be good for the diner, yeah. He's a little bit older than the diner, but, you know... Like, the diner's a bit like 50s, 60s, early 60s kind of thing. Newsboy is a little bit more like 20s. Alright. Predictions are closed. Let me go ahead and get my timer up. Not that timer. Okay. And go. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? What is that? That is something. Okay. All right. 1948. I think we got the brown classic space guy and Space Baby. Let's see if I am right. I thought I felt the helmet. Am I correct? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Get the Space Baby. Alright, choose that prediction. Within 20 seconds. Alright, Kinshir, Bahamut Zero, basically doubling your hams. Lord Canis, Ice Oven Dracophile, hoping for 20 to 50. Preskitch, hoping for 50 to 60. And Lel Bunny going for a long shot, no. Alright. When pictures of this first leaked, people thought this was going to be a dark red guy. So it's interesting for it to be brown. Be chocolate. Got a classic space, classic smiley there. Get his helmet on. Our Space Baby. With a dual molded head and air tanks and helmet. I was wondering about how they do that. Aww, Space Baby. Gray walkie-talkie, which is pretty cool. And a nice classic design on the baby monitor tile, which would work well for just a general computer panel. Classic space, baby. Look at that little baby monitor. That is nice. That is adorable. And look at the space baby. Look at the space baby. He has a gigantic head. All right. Brown classic space guy and a space baby. I guess it could be Space Mommy and Space Baby. I don't know. There we go. Alright. And you know what? Let's open a second one from this series. Junior's first EVA. Yep. Alright. Start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Let's go! So I got the, I got a full case for this series, so I just wanted to get rid of the box. Alright. Someone has said that the boxes are coming out as 2 types with 6 different ones in each one. Second space baby. That's possible. I know a lot of people talking about how they were having, like, they were going through store stock in the area and just finding tons and tons and tons of the Potter Lady and some of the others. Like, the Falconer was out, they were finding tons of the Potter Lady and the Rocking Horse Girl. And I think the Conservationist, too, which kind of surprises me. But the Brown Spaceman, the Falconer, those were getting sold out. Alright, 50 seconds to go. Get your predictions in. And suddenly, Ald gets a dragon. A dragon, you say? Thought I meant Harry Potter franchise by Potter? No, I meant the Potter Lady. Look what the bunny dragoned in. That was Clawful Ald. It didn't scale. I don't know. I don't agree with you. All right, prediction time is closed. Let's go ahead and see what we get. And go. All right. What do I got? What pieces? There's hair or something. That is hair. All right. What else? Head. What is that? What the heck is that piece? Huh. I'm getting hung up on this because I do not know what that is. Alright. I do now. Alright. 44 seconds. I believe we have the Conservationist. Am I correct? Nope. No. I am wrong. I was feeling the cap and thought that was hair. I felt the slingshot and thought it was the stalk. All right, that's a no. Choose prediction. That is a no. Complete the prediction. All right, let's see. Bahamut Zero, Lel Bunny, winning all the hams. Very nice. No one did 50 to 60. Lord Canis, Isov, and Dracophile hoping for a 20 to 50, and they would have gotten it if not for me being wrong. And Kinshir going for the yes. I mean, within 20 seconds. My bad. You voted a no. You voted no as a joke. You weren't expecting that. Nobody expects the no to work. Oh, there's his head. Oh, let's go ahead and get his satchel on. His news satchel. Love that hat. That is a great hat. Alright, we got our newsboy. He's got an extra edition. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Alright, I'm not sure what it's supposed to be saying, but it does have the classic 1978 policeman on it, which is in one of the minifig sets. But that is a great hat on him. Look at that. Go ahead and focus. Come on, focus. Focus. Camera. Come on. Camera. Camera. Alright. Put that down. Actually, let's turn that. Well, just put it down here, actually. That may have been the problem. Maybe that is too. Camera? Camera. It does not want to focus right now. Alright. What if I start down here? Come up slowly. I need a different camera. I really do. Like, stop focusing on the background camera. Jeez. Alright, I don't know. It does not want to focus. I don't know what to tell you. But we got our little newsboy. He's got the extra edition. He's got these rolled up sleeves, which is pretty cool. If that's gonna show up, not really. There we go. And he's hollering. Look at that hat. That is a cool hat. Love that hat. And the slingshot. He's got a little patch in his pants. Cute shirt with suspenders. And there is the extra edition. I am happy getting that one. And an extra slingshot, too, which is pretty cool. All right, Newsboy. There we go. All right, next up, let's go with Series 9. Where is that? That is right here. And let's go for this one hiding down there. Okay, let's start a prediction. Can Ald guess what is inside the minifig pack? Let's go. Get your predictions in. Howdy, young Hammerand. How's it going? Alright, so, we have gotten the Knight. We have gotten the Chicken Man, I think, twice. We have gotten the Tarot Card Lady. We've gotten the Space Orc Guy. Mr. Jekyll, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and the Power Rangers guy. Let's see what we get this time. You'll take another no for 10. I mean, you did get enough to cover another 680 no's, so that's pretty good. That's nothing to sneeze at. Alright, about a minute to go. Get your predictions in. Can Ald guess what is inside the minifig pack? I, of course, want the Senator, the Mermaid, and the Forest Lady especially, and the British Judge. Those are the ones that I want the most. Obviously, I want them all, but... Surely in 600 more tries, Ald will fail again? Probably. Probably. 40 seconds to go. Get your predictions in. Can Ald guess what is inside the minifig pack? Or will I once again get a no? Some of these will be pretty easy to feel out, though. Alright, 20 seconds to go. Last seconds, last chances. Even Ald rolls in that one occasionally. And my monsters seem to roll very low very often, actually. If I get another no, you will be shocked. So will I, honestly. But predictions are closed. Let's see what I can get. Alright. And go. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? What is that? That is a big piece there. Alright, what is that? I think I got hair, but I'm not sure which one. Alright, let's see if I can check another piece. There's a torso. Can you separate out a little bit more? Alright, we got legs for sure. There's the head. I have no idea what I got. Alright, well. 59 seconds. I'm going to go with the judge. I'm not sure what I got. This might be another no, though. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Yeah, judge. You come to judge. Yep, I was feeling that hair. Alright, that is kind of soft. Alright. Let's choose that prediction. 50 to 60 seconds. Complete the prediction. And let's see. Anghammeron getting a massive, massive payout. Very nice. Lil Bunny hoping for a no. Lord Canis, Bahamut Zero, Dracophile, Isovan hoping for 20 to 50. And Kinshir hoping for within 20. It was almost a no. It was almost a no, yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that going. Let's get his... Let's get his cloak on. Is there a specific way that that is going to fold? There we go. Do that. Get the head on. Apply it directly to the forehead. Get his wig on. Fortunately, the arms kind of push the robe flaps together. But he does have a gavel, which is pretty cool. All right. There we go. Got the robe. He's got the gavel, which is a very cool piece. Let's go ahead and see about showing off his actual torso. That is a pretty cool torso, though. That is a pretty cool torso. There we go. We got a British judge. Now, if only we had a solicitor. There we go. All right. Judge it is. I judge that a success. Very nice. That is a scary expression. I think that judge will wig out. Oh, terrible. All right, let's get back to our bunny float. No judges in the diner. All right, there we go. There we go. And hey, we got regular hot dogs in this one. Howdy, Mr. Wolverine. How's it going? And there we go. All right. Okay, we get our, not that torso, we get the sweater torso, which I did get one, I did pull one of these out of Build a Minifig. So it's not my first sweater, but it's a good sweater piece. There we go. Give him his face. Where's his camera? Where's his hair? There's his hair. Oh, whoops. He needs his scarf. All right, Bahamut. Thank you for coming on out. Have a good rest of your night. There we go. Scarf. And he has some very interesting glasses on. Bunny glasses. And then you can turn his face around for regular glasses. Alright, camera. And we need a lens. There it is. Alright. Next up, we have a different minifig. I need white legs. There they are. We have a bunny hat as well, which I have in another set. I'm not sure which set it's in. Hold on a second. Let's see. Not that. Not that one. Oh. It is actually a completely different mold. It's bigger on top and has an actual bunny face. Interesting that they would actually make a different mold for it. I'm okay with that, but it's very odd. Alright, I need a 1x1 clip. Trans red head with a bunny design on it. Oh yeah. And a gold 1x1 with hollow stud. There we go. Is this Harvey? No, this is not Harvey. Look at the lantern. He's got bunny. Look at the bunny on the lantern. That is adorable. It's a lady anyway. I think they had a pig costume on the in the year that was a year of the pig or boar. I sadly did not get that set. All right, gold leaf, bright orange 1x1 with pin, a red flipper, and an orange flower. Get that there. What zodiac animal is Ald? I honestly cannot recall. Nothing that's particularly interesting to me, otherwise I would remember it. It might be goat? I don't know. There we go. There we go. Alright, next up. And another flipper. Another gold flower. There's the flipper. There's the 1x1 tile with pin. And the gold leaf piece. There we go. Because it's not the tiger. Yeah. Like, I think there's a year of the dragon, and yeah, I'm not that, so it was kind of like a, whatever. I don't care. Alright, 2 red flowers, gold 1x1, and we get this interesting pennant piece. And that goes in there. And then the hot dog. You are the year of the dragon? There we go. Alright, another hot dog. And another pennant piece. There we go. Alright, next up. There we go. And gold 1x1 cylinder plates. Right there. And there. And then we get these large gold luck coins. There we go. It has quite a few of these. Okay. And we get one right here. One there. And one there. If they still had the X-shaped underside, then this could have been centered, but nope. Okay. All right. The angle bar pieces, 1x1, and cylinder with center stud. Get that there. And get that there. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Get the other plate there. So we got a double layer full cylinder circle. 1x1 with 2x2 with center stud. Jeez. 2 pink 1x4s. There we go. And there we go. One by two, 1x2, and 2 round top 1x1s. There we go. And there we go. Okay, red 2x4. Beige 1x1s with side studs. 1x2s with side studs. Flip it over for some inverted curved slopes. There we go. And that goes right on there. Okay. 1x1, 1x2 red Technic bricks with axle holes right there and there. Inverted arches, 1x2 arches, which... Remember when my Titanic didn't have one of these and I had to go order another one? Mm-hmm. Getting lots of these pieces now. Okay. Alright, 1x1 plates and 1x2 curved top bricks. There we go. Crap. Oh, crap. Piece just fell on the floor. Jailbreak. Hold on a second. Found it. Tried to escape. Don't cheer for the pieces, Dracophile. That's terrible. How dare you? Look, they need to fulfill their duty. And their duty is building the models that I demand of them. Perfect dramatic music for the not-so-great LEGO Piece Escape. Okay, 1x2 with center stud. 1x2 with center stud. There we go. You've seen the disorder they're kept in? Yeah, you really haven't. You really, really haven't. Alright, 1x2 to 2x2 upward bracket to green, lime green, 1x1 Technic bricks, and then a beige 1x2 to 2x2 downward bracket. Then another upward bracket here. And on the front, we get a currently rather rare 25-degree peak slope. 2x2. Also, a curved end 1x2 plate. There we go. Alright, get the 1x2 Technic piece with the axle holders. Get the 2L axle slipped in there, but only so far. And another bracket as it rains even more outside. Okay, 1x2 with a ball joint holder. A pin with ball joint. Get that in there. And 1x2 curved top piece right there. 25 degrees is a weird amount of degrees. Not that weird. I mean, it's a... I'm pretty sure it's not 33. I'm pretty sure it's 25. Do I have 45-degree slope? I do not have a 45-degree slope around here. Oh, actually, I do. These are 45-degree slopes. That's how you get the 2x3 or 4x3 slopes. Those clicks when pieces come together always sound satisfying. It does. It is good. It is nice. All right, and 2x6 plate on the back. 2x2 with click hinge. 2x3 and 1x2 with axle hole. 2 red 1x3 plates. One by one cylinder plates with bars. It is really raining outside right now. Red 1x2 plate there. White 1x2 plate there. And we get a red 2x3 curved slope there, and a white one 2x2 on the other side. There we go. Okay, get that slipped in here. And we push the, there we go, axle all the way through. There we go. 2x2 dome and a larger ball joint piece. 2L axle. Get that in there for his little butt. Get a little butt. Alright, and then on the sides, 4x4 plate and 4x4 radar dish. Get big, fluffy, round haunches. There we go. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. 2 of the 3x3 macaroni. Get a 1x1 to 1x1 downward bracket on the front. A 2x2 macaroni tile. Curved end tile there. And a tan 1x2 with rounded ends. And a ball joint on the front. There we go. Okay, and mirror the arm on this side. There is the round end tile. There we go. 1x1 to 1x1 bracket right there. Ball joint piece. 1x2 with round ends. And slip that right on there. For his other arm. Alright. Next up. 2x2 and 1x2 in white. Plates in white. 1x2 by 1 and 2 plates with studs on 4 sides, really. A top and 3 sides. Round end. 1x2 plate and light blue 1x1 with studs on 2 sides. Inverted arches above that. There we go. 1x2. Where is it? 1x2 tile with center stud. And a pink quarter cylinder tile right here for his little nose. Look at that cute little nose. There we go. 2x2 tile with center stud. 2x2 cylinder tile with center stud, I should say. And then a second one up on top. Alright, 2x2 inverted curved slope. 1x1 round end plates with bars right there. 1x2 with click hinge on the side, and another 1x2 plate right there. And that goes right there. There we go. Corner plates, 2x2 corner plates, and we get his little eyes. And I kind of feel like depending on how you position them, you could make a very angry or mean-looking rabbit with this. There we go. Same thing on either side. Then... there we go, get that slope on there. That slope on there. Albino bun, yep. We still have ways to go for the Eiffel Tower build. What is it currently? Oh, that is also has not loaded in. Give me a second. That is weird that that did not load in. There we go. 74.49%. So yeah, a little bit. I mean, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. There we go. And curved slope with angle right there. All right, get his little fluffy cheeks. All right, and 3x3 domes there and there. And then on his head, we get a little hat. 2x2 cylinder tile with center stud. Red 2x2 radar dish. And a teal 1x1 plate. Cylinder plate. There we go. Howdy, Poopinell. How's it going? Alright, let's just move these pieces over here. Alright, 1x2 with clip. 1x4 curved slope there. Get a 1x2 rounded end, rounded top piece there. 1x2 with side studs. And then a pair of inverted curved slopes. There we go. And then red 1x1 tiles with rounded ends. Make his little ear. There we go, and that gets there. And we'll go ahead and mirror that on the other side. There we go. And get the... There we go. And there we go. Alright. There we go. Got his ears. These should probably be a little bit closer together up there. Okay, then we slip this down there. Tilt the bunny up for the moment. Press that down right in between the center section. Bring you down. Okay, there we go. And there we go. Slide the axle right in there. There we go. Okay. Then we get a 2x4 plate, 2x4 tile with this decoration. Looks like there's a dragon or a lion or a foo dog or something on there. I'm not sure what. 1x3 with 1x3 inverted tile there, which has that hole. And that gets this bar right in there. All right. Position his arm so that he looks like he's holding it. Get our lady up here. There we go. All right, and I'll move. Oops. Move some. I'll show that off in a second. White 1x1 plate, 1x1 cylinder in teal. 1x1 corner or quarter cylinder tile in pink. 1x1 round end tiles in red and white. 1x1 cylinder tile in clear. 1x1 cylinder tile in white with a red eye print. Red and orange flower pieces. 1x1 cylinder tile in bright orange with top pin. Stud and angle pin connector. 1x1 cylinder with rod in beige. a pennant piece, and a red hot dog. A lot of extra pieces there. All right, so as you move the float, the bunny will go up and down like that. So if I go on the side, so that's a pretty cool little mechanism for actually having this float move. I really like that. That is really nice. So let's go ahead and put that up there. And I think we'll get started on the next one. Ah, okay. So this is the float connector. That's why that's there. Okay, that explains it. Okay. You can put them in any order you want. That's pretty cool. Alright, next up. Section number 2, we got a big drum. I do like the artwork that they've got on the interiors. Alright, let's go with bag number 4. There we go. And small bags. And other small bag. There we go. Okay, let's see, we've got, there's a head, we got a 1x1 cylinder brick, a couple minifig torsos. Alright, there is the legs and that torso. 1x1, there we go, alright, there's that. Is that the face? I'm not sure. Let me check the next one. Yes, alright. So that's, this is the face. Alright. There we go. Get the hair, which I do not have that hair piece. I have not had that before. Very nice. Alright. Howdy, Aster Lily the Saber. How's it going? Alright, so here's the first minifig. She's got her bubble tea there. I like that torso. That is a nice sweater design. That is really cute. And I like her hair. I have not gotten that hairpiece before. So that's pretty cool. We can get her up there. Pretty good. Got off school because of snow. Nice. Alright, then next minifig. This is one of the people actually working on the float. There we go. And get her hair on there. There we go. Okay, and she has a pair of cymbals. Get the kind of chrome gold radar dishes here. Go ahead and spread them a little bit so it's easier to see her. And there we go. See if that focuses. Yeah. That is it's a pretty nice torso there. I like the look of it. Very decorative. Good colors as well. Alright. Next up, 1x16 Technic brick, 2 black friction pins, 2 white half pins. There we go. And there we go. Get the bracket. Last bag? Not necessarily. I might go a little bit longer. I haven't decided yet. Get that in there. Get that in there. I'm enjoying the build. What's funny about that minifigure is that's the wrong way to play the symbols. I think part of it is just they needed to be able to hold the get some way for the minifig to hold them. Mind you, they could have used these pieces. That would have worked. Alright. 8-tooth gear in dark gray and axle pin. There we go. And then 24-tooth gear, 8L axle with stop. Get that all the way in. You understand, but you find it kind of funny. Yeah. I like how LEGO tries to figure out ways to do things like that. Alright. Another 8L axle and 8-tooth gear. Get that in there. Get that all the way down there. There we go. There we go, and then we get the 3x3 pulley and tire on it again. Here we go. There we go. Wonder if they have a gong in the set? We'll have to find out. Alright, 1L Technic beam, a yellow half bushing. Let's get that all the way down. Then we have the axle connector to bar holders and green dome pieces. Little 1x1 dome pieces. Get those on. Get that down. So those will rotate around as the wheel turns. Okay, next up we get our bracket. 2 Technic pins on the end. Or our Technic frame, I should call it. Another friction pin. Then we get this axle holder again. Slip a 2L axle just slightly in there for the moment. Lime green 5L Technic beam, and slide that all the way on through. There we go. Okay, and that slides right on there. There we go. Then we get another one of these pieces. Put gray domes on the ends. And make sure that that is at a right angle to the green one. There we go. And another spacer on there as well. You have a cat laying on a pile of gaming books watching you. They know what they know what you've done. All right, another white Technic pulley and the tire piece. There we go. Yellow half bushing. And 2 more 1L bars, beams. Right there. And then the 16L Technic brick. There we go. There we go. Alright. So as the wheels turn, we get alternating green and gray things popping up. So we'll see what that ends up doing for these. Alright, 2x2 plates with Technic holes. Your brother's cat just stares at you whenever you're around and runs like you're going to kick it if you get within 4 feet of it. Probably just doesn't know you, doesn't trust you. I mean, to be fair, you're clearly a rogue AI, so I don't blame the cat, you know. It's really weird getting yellow Technic pins in this set. I mean, I'm happy about it. I love getting those pieces in different colors, but it just feels a little weird. It feels a tiny bit weird. Alright. Get these 2 angle plates. Get the lime green 2x2 cylinder plates. Black 1x4 plates. And 2x2s with ball and socket sockets. There we go. Also, got that centered as opposed to right there on the end. Odd mistake to do. There we go. Okay. Now, bright yellow bracket pieces. 2x2 to 1x2 to 2x2 upward brackets. Flip it around. There we go. All right. Wheels up front. Orange S bracket there in the front and gray in the back. There we go. Okay, let's see. We got the 2x2 half tiles in teal right there and right there. 1x2 to 1x2 downward bracket, 1x1 to 1x2 downward brackets on the corners. Beige 2x3s. And white 1x1 to 1x1 downward brackets there and there. You know, I kind of wonder if one day they'll make a like a corner bracket. That'd be interesting. All right, red 1x2 to 2x4 downward brackets on either side there. And red 1x8 across there, and 2 more 2x3 plates up here in the front. Also, dark red 1x1s and tan 1x1 tiles. There we go, and there we go. Alright. 1x6 beige tile there. Teal 1x2 to 1x2 downward brackets on the sides. Center of the front. Then beige 1x2 to 2x2 downward brackets on either side of the front. There we go. Alright, what else? Alright. Dark blue 1x8 brick and 4 brackets on the underside. There we go. And that is all the way in the back. There we go. Alright, dark blue 1x8 right behind that. Get a azure blue 2x2. Did I miss? No, there's nothing that fits in there. There's no 1x3s or anything. We've got seafoam 1x6s, and then a pair of inverted 2x2 slopes. Alright. 2 2x8 plates. There we go. Alright, a nougat 2x8 Technic plate. That's pretty cool. I've not gotten that color before. Red 2x2 cylinder tile with a hole in the center. And we get a 1x4 axle with stop. Yellow half bushing. And then the gold. Still don't know what this piece is called. It's a forearm, like, cog type thing. Get that under there. And put that right there. Okay, so as the wheels turn, so we're going to get basically a back and forth maneuver rather than a spin with this. As these things come up and push it back and forth. So that's pretty cool. That's a really neat little way of doing that. Another 2x8 there. Downward bracket there, and there. Red 1x2 tile, and 2 teal half tiles, 2x2. There we go. Red 1x2, red 1x2, dark red 1x2 with center stud, and a 1x3 with 2 center studs. That is pretty cool. I like getting those colors. Alright, next up, 2x4 tiles to either side of the cylinder tile, 1x1 at the top and bottom. There we go. Howdy, Elil, how's it going? Okay, cylinder tiles with top pins, right there and right there. Red tile, and then our 1x2 to 2x4 downward brackets there, and a red 1x8 plate up front. You're sick? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get better soon. Alright, we use these rail plates again as kind of like the hanging fabric. on the sides. I know it hasn't told me to do that yet, but whatever. Dark red 1x6. Three by 3 curved top. And 2x6s with technicals. And then a pair of 1x1 plates. Right there and there. Nice to get dark red Technic plates as well. That's nice. LEGO should make sets of classical public domain artworks. So they just came out with the Great Wave of Kanagawa, and they already did Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night. So you got those. Like, are you talking about that kind of artwork? More Technic plates. Or 1x1s. There we go. Yeah, so they're definitely doing that. All right, 1x1 domes in green and gray. 1x1 cylinder tile with top pin in clear. 1x1 plate in dark red, and red 1x1 cylinder plate with a bar. There we go. And you know what? I feel like continuing. Bag number 5. I think I just might finish this float section. We'll go long. I don't mind building some more tonight. Yay! Excellent. I'm glad that makes you happy. And Anghammerand, you as well. The rest of you have to stay. Sorry. It's in the contract now. Not allowed to leave. 100 bits for bonus LEGO time! Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. He gets up. No, you're not allowed to. Don't you dare. Don't you move. Alright. We got, let's see. These torsos are the same. Alright. There we go. Legs are, of course, the same. And let's see the heads. Alright, one head has 2 faces, and the other one does not. Alright. So the big smile is the lady holding a, I guess it's like a mini gong. Gold radar dish. Let's get her hair on there. And a ball joint piece with bar. There we go. Like a mini gong or something like that. I don't know. Goes to make some hot cocoa for the extended time. All right, you're allowed to do that. There's the black hair. It's basically just using standard minifig heads for these ladies, which is fine. Because I definitely have them already. Nope, don't try to escape. And this hair piece, I think I first got it on a collectible minifig geisha. Have they ever made top-knot hair pieces? Yeah, it depends on... Yes, they have. It depends on exactly what you mean by a top knot. Because there's different sorts of top knots. Alright. Bright orange 3x3 curved corner. And a dark gray 1x1 to 1x1 downward bracket. bright orange corner plate, and right there. Like, there's multiple top knot pieces that I can think of offhand. But they might not be exactly what you're thinking of or something like that. Alright, there's that. Another red 3x3. Tan 1x2 with rounded ends. Red 1x1 quarter cylinder, and a teal 2x2 corner cylinder tile. There we go. Okay, and then another one up top like that, and two of the 1x1s. Like, the collectible minifig series has had just an absolute ton of minifig pieces that have not made it into regular sets. Like, that have shown up in just, like, one of those sets and not in anything else since. I don't know really what the reason for that is sometimes. Like, there's some animals that you've basically only been able to get in the collectible minifig series, which is kind of frustrating, actually. Really kind of frustrating. Like, the Cleopatra hairpiece from Series 5 minifigs. Yeah, that hasn't shown up since. Alright, let's see. 2x2 there, and a 1x1 tile right there. It's a really nice hairpiece, too. Alright, another 1x2 with round ends in tan, and then a red macaroni tile, and a 1x1 quarter cylinder tile. There we go. Oh, and a 1x2 with bar right there. Limited editions have started to annoy you more and more, especially with many companies not caring to do anything about bot scalpers. The only real issue I would say with the collectible minifigs is, I mean, obviously it sucks if you're, like, getting into LEGO now and you're, like, looking back at the old minifigs and you're like, oh, that would be really nice to get. But at the same time, like, LEGO can't produce them. Like, if you're getting into LEGO now and you look back and you're like, oh, man, look at 6080 King's Castle. I wish I could get that. It's not that it was a limited edition. It's just that they can't produce the sets forever. Now, the problem with the minifigs is that them being blind bags, that's a little annoying on getting exactly what you want sometimes. So I can understand frustration with that. But, and arguably they may only be available, you know, it kind of sucks that they can only be available for a limited amount of time. But it's partly more that they do a run and that's it, you know? I mean, by LEGO's very nature, they can't produce anything forever. Like when I was building that Blacktron set, and I was talking about the robot and that the body piece that it used, I may try to find one of those to show it off. But like they retired the piece like 2 decades ago. just because they didn't, like, they weren't using it, and they didn't foresee a use for it, and molds are only good for a certain amount of time before they have to make a new one. Now, if you want a specific LEGO minifig, the best thing to do to get exactly what you want, besides just filling up the bags, is to join a LEGO club and be like, hey, anyone want to go in with me on a box? That is absolutely the best way to get exactly what you want. You're just speaking in general, like Games Workshop would make a limited run of a codex or narrative box set and not give a crap that it sells out in seconds to scalper bots. Yeah, no, I get that. LEGO at least, doesn't sell most of that stuff through one single outlet, so it is a little bit easier to make sure that people are getting what they want and stuff like that. Go, get that on the front. Sticker would go there, but I'm not putting that on. And yeah, it really does depend, like, it really does differ from, like, company to company. And product line to product line. Alright, light orange, bright orange, 1x1 tile slopes. But yeah, I mean, like, I agree that if a company is making limited edition products, then they should try to do their best to make sure that they're not just going to scalpers. LEGO does do something like that, where, like, a lot of the exclusive sets, it's limited to, like, one per customer. Now, obviously, if you're planning to get a lot of them, you can just, like, have them sent to your friends' houses and stuff like that. But at least that it's an added step. It makes it a little bit harder, that kind of thing. If they're not limiting the number of ones that can be purchased, yeah, then they're just all about making the money and they don't care. And that's kind of crummy. 1x8 tile up here. Bright orange. Curve top pieces. I mean, it would be nice if the minifigs were available for a little bit longer. Because, like, one of the reasons why I ended up working really hard to get all of my Muppets is because I really only wanted one of each, and it was a pain in the butt to actually get what I wanted. Yeah, molds only last so long. Obviously, for like a 2x2 corner plate like this, every time it's running out, they just make a new one. But if they don't plan to use a new piece, because they have to not only, like, let's say this is the only set that has this piece in it, and they're going to make 100 copies of this set, and there's only one of these in this set. They're not going to make just 100 of these. They're going to make a lot more, because they have to have extras. Both they have extras on hand for the model team to use, for designing new sets, but also specifically for if you get one of your sets and they don't have the piece. So obviously the molds will run out even faster because of that. make a couple little neat step designs here. So I have no idea if, like, the mold for the hairpiece that they used for the Cleopatra minifig, like, I don't know if they made the mold, made just enough hair pieces for what they wanted to do, and that was exactly what the mold was good for, or whether they've just got it, like, mothballed for the last couple decades, in case they want to use it again. I don't know. Now, the good news about modern molds is that I'm pretty sure if, like, they retire this mold, they've got the data files to make a new one. Because it just gets milled and stuff like that. Well, it might be even more precise than that, but I'm pretty sure they could commission a new mold if they really, really wanted to bring a part back. There's definitely some parts that I'd love for them to bring back, that's for sure. That motorized lighthouse looks good? Yeah, it does. I love it. I want it so bad. Great pieces, great colors. Just a really neat premise. And way more interesting than the original. Like, because the original was micro scale. And they decided to make it minifig, which is a really good idea. I mean, that opens up more buyers to it, I think. But they kept, like, the look. I think the lighthouse itself actually looks better than the Ideas prototype kind of thing. Which is, of course, no... you know, that's nothing on the designer. But there's a lot of people who are like, you know, oh, as usual, the official LEGO Idea model looks like crap compared to the original, but it's like, LEGO has different requirements than the LEGO Ideas builders. If I'm building a one-off model just for myself, I can do all kinds of crazy stuff in that LEGO would never do in an official release. Like fragile construction and stuff like that. Because even like the 18+ sets, any kid who absolutely loves LEGO and does a lot with LEGO is going to be able to build one of those at like at age 12 or something. Like there really isn't that much different between this and the diner set. Ald clearly needs to get the office set and the Home Alone house. I want them. I do. I think they would be fun builds. The office has tons of good pieces in it, too. And before you think that I want every set, I don't actually want every set. Not that I would turn down every set. But there's a fair number of sets that I have no real need to get. Are those nice big ones? Yeah, they're really nice. But yeah, like this set is 8+, and the only real difference between this and like the diner is just its size. The diner doesn't really do any advanced techniques that this can't, that this isn't. That makes it not a kid set kind of thing. I mean, the big thing is just the price. go. Get some more macaroni tiles on there. We need a Joe Pesci minifig. I believe there is. Oh, you're saying you as the viewers, because there is one in the Home Alone set. His character's in there. There we go. 1x2 with round ends. There we go. That's why we need the set. Hey, I mean, I can make that as an upcoming goal. I mean, there are... I haven't decided what the next one will be, although I'm looking at that A-frame cabin. That is a gorgeous-looking set, that A-frame cabin. That is wonderful. And it has an otter. There we go. But yeah, as is typical, there were some people complaining. Oh, they turned it in from a like a rural like trapper or woodsman's cabin into like an Airbnb cabin. Whatever. Change the minifigs and boom, there you go. There's a little bit more play opportunities with a with like an Airbnb cabin. I will say it's disappointing to not get a bear in that set, though. The original model had a bear. There we go. Got that on, and 1x2. And 1x1s with round tops and teal. 1x1 plates. I also want the treehouse. I want a lot of stuff. You know, I don't know if that's been clear or not, but yeah, I want a lot of stuff. Dear viewers, help me feed my Lego addiction, please. Hobby, I'm sorry, not an addiction. It's definitely not an addiction. I can stop anytime I want, I just don't want to. I get hams. Hams. Alright, 2x2... cylinder brick, 2x2 cylinder tile with center stud, and 2x2 tile, cylinder tile. Just right on top there. Interesting. That will go on there, and that gets right on there. The other one goes over here. There we go. Okay, on the back... right there. And there we go. Admitting you have an addiction is the first step? That's true, it is. But I don't have an addiction. So, you know, I mean, that doesn't apply to me. I mean, if I did have an addiction, then yeah, it would apply to me, but I don't have an addiction. And dark red, 1x8 there. teal 1x1 round top pieces right there and there. I think as far as sets go, you'd love to have the treehouse. Love the autumn look, the A-frame cabin, that whatever's house thing with the forge and the archer lady. That's the blacksmith, medieval blacksmith, and the diner part of the downtown set. I'm really looking forward to the jazz nightclub as well. I think I saw a rumor that there would be an exclusive gift with purchase when buying a modular town set, so that's one reason why I've held off. It's not going to go out of production this year anyway, so worst case scenario is that I wait a while. I have 2 other modular city sets to do already, so you know, I got time. I got time, and that goes on right here. There's a lot of snot construction on this, which is pretty impressive. Do a really good job with that. Oh, get on there. There we go. All right, this bag, a teal 1x1 plate, bright orange 1x1 tile slope, flower piece in bright orange. Yeah, I think that is bright orange. And a 1x1 red quarter cylinder tile. And we're just gonna finish this this one up. There we go. Bag number 6. There we go. Don't try to escape. You stay there, piece. Don't try to escape. So separate out those pieces. There's legs. Trans yellow heads. Always good. Go. There we go. All right. Okay, final bag of this section. All right, let's go ahead and get heads. There we go. And these are some lovely hair pieces that we're getting. Let's see. All right. Yeah, we got 2 faces on this person. I think this one is originally from Monkey King. The Lion Knight's castle is gorgeous, but you just have a fondness for woodsy-looking things. Yeah, that's fine. Oops, a little bit off camera. Look at that hairpiece, though. That is cute. Isn't that cute? I think that's one of the characters from, the Monkey Kid sets has hair like that. Maybe printed. I'm not sure. And the loot piece has a new decoration on it. I don't know exactly what this is. I don't know what that's supposed to be. If anyone knows, let me know. I mean, obviously it's the loot piece, but different printing. Is it an oud? Oud? I don't know. And then a similar hairpiece here. Like, you focused on the other girl. Come on. There we go. So, also very cute hair. I really like that. There's a little hole in the back if you want to put a little decoration on her. Liu King. Alright. Not one that I've ever heard of, but... Lots of gold 1x1 cylinder plates with hollow studs. Jeez. There we go. There's the first one. And the second one. There we go. But yeah, those are super cute hair pieces. Love those hair pieces. Okay, first up, pin with rod and red 1x1 cylinder bricks. Nope. Nope, 1x1 beams. There we go. Get those into the piston pieces and a gold 1x1 cylinder plate on top. There we go. And these will clip on right there. There we go. It's funny how these are, like, these pieces are literally, like, not actual pneumatic cylinders, but they're for, like, essentially fake pneumatic cylinders. You can put a rod in, and, alright, well, maybe it depends on the rod. It's supposed to slide in and out fairly easily. Maybe it's a different rod. And they just keep using them as columns. I kind of love that. Alright, some gold bar holders and clips. There we go. And a teal disc. Get that right down there. Go. 6L bar with a stop as a railing. Excellent. Alright, next up. Bright yellow 1x2 to 2x2 upward bracket. 1x2 Technic brick with axle hole. And a round top brick. And then the three-way connector. And that is... very interesting. No, it's not that one. Yeah, so that'll do it. So they want it off-center, which is interesting. Really interesting. And then Technic friction, Technica full bushings in gray on either end. There we go. And that... Alright, I'm not actually sure what the, like, I might have gotten the orientation wrong, but that should be okay. Alright, next up. Red 2x2, two white 1x2s with side studs. Bright yellow brackets on the bottom. Then teal 2x2 half tiles. Round top pieces on the bottom here. I like that decoration on that instrument, though. That is really cute. It's nice to get the same sort of piece with different printing on it, really. Okay, another one of those. Red 2x2, and 2 more white 1x2s with side studs. There we go. And 1x2 to 1x2 upward bracket there. Alright. Light blue, red, then light blue, then red. And dark red, 1x2, 2x2 curved slopes. There we go. Alright, on the sides, white 2x2, we get green 1x2s with bars, which I swear look like bright green in the instruction manual. Alright, 2x2 with side studs in sand blue. There it is. Lime green 2x2 cylinder. And then more red, dark red, curved slopes. Alright, so first on that side. And then we do another one on the other side. White 2x2, and then the dark red curved slopes. There we go. Okay. 2 dark red 1x2s. 2 dark red 1x1s with horizontal clips, which there is a 1x2 piece. I don't know if they chose to use the 1x1s because they're easier to get off, or because they don't make them in dark red. So that's an interesting thing. I'm kind of guessing that it's more to do with them easier to take apart without risking the piece. Alright, so that's 1, 2, and now we're on 3. Go. And finally, the 4th one. There we go. There we go. All right. So, tile down on the top. And tile up on the bottom, right? Yeah, that's what it looks like. Alright, there's a little bit of a gap. Not enough of one to make a big difference, but it would be interesting to see about whether you could get a piece in there to work that, to fill that gap. Howdy, it's Zir. How's it going? And then we get our 8x8 cylinder tiles with 4 center studs on either side. Stickers would go on there, but I'm not putting those on. And there we go. So that makes a pretty nice 8x8 cylinder section. Little bit wiggly here, but that's okay. Going good. How am I? I am pretty well. Since I like Bolero and stuff so much, you're surprised that I don't switch the Dragon Quest stuff out for more classical fare? Classical would probably get content ID faster than this does. Alright, and then that goes right on there. There we go. Giant drum. I could do Crusader Kings music, other Paradox music, and maybe I'll bring that back, because I did get content ID on one song that I'm pretty sure is a content troll sort of thing, semi-content troll, but I can't verify it, and I have no real way of fighting it. I just took that one song out of the playlist. There we go. We got that now. 1x2 and 1x1 with that. I mean, this is pretty classical, a lot of it. Another 1x2 with round ends there and there. Pretty sure that needs to be straight. Get a tile right there. Alright, 1x1s with upward brackets. Besides, if I did actually use Bolero, then Dracophile would probably implode. So, you know. I want to fire him, not have him implode. After 72 streams of the same thing? Ah, but it's not 72 streams of the same thing. I did other things earlier. I can swap it out for Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis music again. That at least I know won't get content ID. There we go. Get some gold lanterns on here. I mean, if someone wants to try building me a playlist that gets about 2 hours of music or so, with open source music kind of thing, I'm okay with that. There we go, and there we go. Wait, nope. Turn that one around. Okay. Orange flowers here, and here. And let's see, gold 1x1, gold 2x2 radar dish, and the bar with clip right there. There we go. Alright, there would be a sticker that would go on there, but I'm not putting that on. Alright, these two need to go in here. And I kind of want to make sure that this is straight and even. Let's, oops. This part's a little... Nope, nothing popped off. This part's a little finicky. It feels like. But there we go. Alright, then the red trans redheads and yellow. Make bigger bigger lantern stacks here. Very nice. There we go. They do have the bunny heads on them. Not the bunny heads, the full bunnies. There we go. And another red one. There we go. There we go. Little lanterns hanging down there. Very cute. What do I think of this set so far? It's very good. Lots of good pieces. Really interesting construction on certain points. Love the colors and the decorations and the minifigs. Tons of minifigs. That's really nice. Alright, let's get one of these Talon pieces. Bar holder and bar. There we go. Paper lantern, aka pumpkin. Gold radar dish, and another bar with clip. There we go. Clip that on there. And then we get the dangly bits. And the pin connectors and pins. There we go. Alright, where is this gonna go? Alright. That clips in right there. It's a little finicky. There we go. Get this one in over here. There we go. Not sure if there's supposed to be more clearance there or not. Doesn't seem like it. I suppose going down a little bit lower could be... Yeah, that's probably what it's supposed to be. Probably supposed to be a little bit lower. There we go. Also all for more dark turquoise? Yeah, there's a lot of that, and it's a lovely shade. Okay. Get the piston housings again. Gold 1x1 cylinder plates with hollow studs on the top and bottom. Slip that in there. There we go. And they have interesting Technic mechanisms, which I kind of feel like with the focus on vehicles these days, you just don't get in the Technic line. I haven't seen a Technic set that has really been kind of a, oh, that looks like a really interesting, fun build in quite a while. Partly because I'm not interested in cars that much, so I don't really care that much about transmissions and those sorts of mechanisms. Like, the crane aspects on the vehicles are kind of neat, too, but, I don't know. Nope, that's wrong. You didn't think it would amount to much when you first saw images, but you really like the way it turned out? Yeah, it's really nice. You're interested to see someone build the helicopter, the new one? Like, if those things were motorized, that might be a little bit more interesting to me, but... Like, I don't know what you're gonna get out of a helicopter set like that that's not just the Technic pieces are used to allow you to spin by hand the propellers. So, not really my thing. There we go, and a couple more 1x1 tile slopes. More stickers that would go on here that I'm not putting on. And that... Yeah, no other pieces. Let's get this in here. There we go. How is that? Yeah, actually, it seems pretty good. Boycott stickers. I'll use them if I plan to have something permanent, but I don't have that many like that. Nope, nope. Don't break. That is very finicky right there. There we go. Get those two rods in there. Okay. Let's see. A bracket and 1x2 beige brick. A couple more brackets on the underside. Free the stickers. Stickers are bound for an eternal life of living in a book and never to be used. But you can't get rid of them because you might want them in a mock at some point. You know? That's the eternal life of stickers. I might want it someday. Alright, turn it around, get the 2x2 cylinder tile on there, and a 1x2 bright yellow tiles with center studs. Oh, I think they would look good. It's just that it would limit your usage of the pieces afterwards, and Alright, there we go, and inverted curved slope. Like, if I were going to do a module for a show display or something like that, that is absolutely when I will, like, go through my stickers and see what I've got. Get these cloud pieces on there. And that goes right there. Alright, gold 1x1 Technic beam on the pin there. Nope. I must have missed that there was a something that I was supposed to put there. Where is that supposed to go? That is supposed to go, like, right there. Okay. That doesn't actually connect to anything. That's just right there. Yeah, I feel like I may have set this up to not go quite the right way. Yeah. That's fine. They're bright yellow. Yeah, my camera doesn't have the best color correction on it, unfortunately. There we go. And 1x1, 1x2 with center stud, gold 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud, and the 3x3 radar dish there. That clips on. I guess right there. There we go. For the front. Alright, next up. I will pop this out because this isn't that big of a deal. It's a very big plastic sheet piece. I have not seen them use a one of these in quite a while, but I also don't have any of the big Monkey Kid sets, so that might be common there. Alright, that goes right there. Monkey Kids and Chima, yeah? Yeah, I haven't really gotten any of those. Go, and then that is like that. That one is like that. There we go. Alright, get our lady with the, I don't know, the knot mandolin right there. Get the drummer lady back here. Got our other drummer lady up here. And we'll put the lady with the symbol thing there, the little gong. There is that lady. The lady with the bubble tea. Extra pieces, 3L bar in brown, gold, milky gold, 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. Red, 1x1 beam, gray bushing, 1x1 tile slope in teal, and a bar with clip in dark gray. Not too bad. Alright, so basically as the float goes, the wheels are set up to cause the lady to drum, which is a really neat mechanism. I think that I didn't get the angle of the positions, like the axle angles, just right. I didn't see anything until this part got put on that really made it clear that that might be an issue. But it is a pretty cool design. I really like how they do that with these sections here and the forearm cog piece. That is a very neat design. And she just kind of wiggles there as the float goes back and forth. I like the movement elements of these. I really do. They did a really good job with that. But that is going to be where we stop it for tonight. We will come back next Wednesday and work on the next float, the last float. I also have the other display Lunar New Year set, so we'll work on that as well. I'll probably go a little bit long to wrap those up, and then the following week we'll probably work on the dinosaur sets. Depending on how my Wednesdays go, there is a Wednesday coming up that I think I'm going to be missing building, but stay tuned. I will let you guys know if that is going to be the case. But we will be back on Friday for more Parasite Eve. Friday night, we'll be back to working on the Downtown Diner. Saturday, back for some more Spelljammer. Monday, back to Breath of the Wild. Next Wednesday, we will be back for Shadowrun. And I did get the Well, I started the dev room cheat thing, so I should be able to get right into that come next Wednesday. And then next Wednesday night, we'll finish this setup and do the other Lunar New Year set. So I want to thank you guys for coming on out. Really do appreciate it. See you next time, everyone.